For these two things to accomplish, the earth that is left behind after rapture is going through a time of great tribulation. For how many years? 7 years. No, we have not finished that topic, the duration of that one. And things that that is going to take place in those things are discussed in detail in the book of Revelation. Starting from Revelation chapter 5 till almost the 19th chapter of Revelation. The major portion of Revelation is speaking about the great tribulation that is going to take place in this world. So there are people who believe that, there are people who teach that the church also will be passing through the tribulation period. There are some churches who believe like that. The church also has to pass through the tribulation. The Bible does not teach that. We will be taken before the time of tribulation. We will be in heaven. We will be with God, with Jesus Christ, with God, and we will be rejoicing there. But at that time, the whole earth will be passing through this time of the great time of tribulation and suffering, which the world has not yet seen so far. So Jesus himself has described much about that in Matthew chapter 24, Luke chapter 21, Mark chapter 13. These three chapters, there also we read great details about these things, which we will discuss in the next class. Okay, now it is time for a small time for some discussion. Some of the things which you can add to this, some doubts.
During the tribulation, when you said the guest for the wedding of the Lamb, you said there will be, the guest will be the one who are saved in tribulation. But then that will be in the beginning of the millennium, right?
No, there will be a large number of people saved during tribulation period, especially during the first half.
The first half.
Yeah, we will discuss now. Now when we read Revelation chapter 7, in Revelation chapter 7 that is mentioned, in Revelation chapter 7, two groups are mentioned there. In the first group, so there are 12,000 people each from the 12 tribes of Israel. Say 144,000, they are Jewish people. So God will seal them and they will travel as evangelists. They will take the kingdom of the gospel and they will give it to people. And many people will be converted during the time of tribulation. And that is what we come to the second part of chapter 7. There we see a great multitude of people coming from all tribes, languages and nations, having palm leaves in their hand. And who are these people? Lot of opinions are there, difference of opinion are there. Now the most Bible scholars have agreed that there will be a number of people, the church is taken up, but the opportunity for preaching the gospel of grace will be over by that time. But God will be giving opportunity to some people. We do not know the details why God is giving like that. But remember, thousands and thousands of people who cannot be counted will be there. And they will die as martyrs. And they will be resurrected. And they will also be there during this tribulation time. They will be with the Lord.
The thing that I really understand is that you made the analogy that there will be full of wood, thorns, the Holy Ghost will be taken up.
Okay.
So how
the Holy Spirit is not there, and the church is not there. But God is preparing these 144,000 people from the tribe of Israel. They are being prepared and they are being sealed, and they will be preaching. They will not be preaching the gospel that we are preaching now. So they will be preaching what is the name of that gospel given? That is why Jesus said, the gospel of the kingdom will be preached. They will be preaching not about judgment or salvation or heaven or hell like that. They will be preaching, God is going to establish His kingdom. You have a chance to enter that kingdom. Christ is going to come and He will establish the kingdom for 1,000 years on this earth. And though you can come to that kingdom. So that gospel of the kingdom will be preached. And this will be preached before Christ's parousia, the glorious return. this gospel will be preached to all people. Now usually we say that before the second coming of Christ, the gospel has to be preached to every people. Only then will Christ come. No, there is no verse like that in the Bible. That gospel is the gospel that is preached during the tribulation time. So during the tribulation time, the gospel of the kingdom will be preached. And who will be the preachers? The preachers will be those 144,000 from the Jewish people. And that is in chapter 12 when we come, there is a man, a male child that is born to a woman. In Revelation chapter 12, we speak about a woman. What happened to that woman? The Catholic Church says that woman is Virgin Mary. They say like that. So there is a woman who is in travail and he gives birth to a child. And that child is the people of Israel who are being protected during the tribulation period. So this child is taken to another place where this child is protected, etc. We read there. So these 144,000 people will be preaching the gospel, and some Bible scholars say that the number of people converted because of the preaching of these will be much more than the people that say which are converted in this period of grace. And all these people will be resurrected before the wedding feast of Jesus Christ, before the wedding of Lamb. And they will not be counted among the bride, but they will be all friends of the bride. They will be like that.
Yeah, again, the time span will be the confusion because the wedding happens.
Wedding happens towards the close of the 7-year period, before the millennium. So when Christ comes as king, the wedding is already over. So that is already in 19th chapter. Okay. So this wedding of the Lamb takes place near the end of the tribulation period, before the beginning of the millennial kingdom. At that time, now there will be several resurrections till that time. That also is another topic. Now we said in Revelations 20 chapter 4 we read about first resurrection. Now what will be the first resurrection?
We will be the ones.
So only ourselves, anybody else will be in the first resurrection?
Or those who die.
Yeah, actually there will be, so some Bible scholars say there will be 7 groups in that first revelation, in that first resurrection, the first resurrection. Number 1 is Jesus Christ is the firstborn. Jesus Christ is the firstborn from all the dead. The second will be those saints who were resurrected at the time of Christ's death. And the third is the New Testament church, the New Testament church. And the fourth will be these 144,000 people who were kept by the seal of the Holy Spirit. They will be transformed and taken to heaven without tasting death. So they will be part of the first resurrection. And the fifth group will be this great multitude of tribulation saints. They will go through severe suffering and they will die, but they will be resurrected. That will be the fifth group. And the sixth group will be the 2 witnesses which will be coming, and they will be killed and they will also be resurrected. Number 6. And the 7th will be the Old Testament saints. So all these 7 together, resurrections we call as the first resurrection. And what is second resurrection? Second resurrection is all those who come before the great white throne to receive judgment. Now will you read Revelations 24?
I saw
thrones on which
which were seated those who had been given authority to judge.
Yeah.
And I saw the souls of
those who had been beheaded because of their testimony for Jesus and because of the word of God. Who are these? So these are all the tribulation saints. Okay, then they have not worshipped. It is given that they have not worshipped the beast or his image and have not received his mark on their foreheads or their hands. They came to life and reigned with Christ for 1,000 years. The rest of the dead did not come to life until the 1,000 years were ended. This is the first resurrection. So this is the first resurrection. So the first resurrection includes all these. All these will be counted as the first resurrection. So can you list the 7 there? Always it should be 7, then only the number will be complete. So Jesus Christ was the firstborn to be resurrected. Then there were some people resurrected at the time of Christ's death. Then at the time of rapture, all the New Testament saints will be resurrected. Then there will be the 144,000 people from the tribe of Israel who will be preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and they will be protected without any harm, and they will not taste death, and they will be taken to heaven. Then 5th group is the tribulation saints. They will actually die, but because they did not bow down before the image of the beast, so they will be beheaded, and they will also be resurrected. And the 6th in that group will be
The saints.
the 2 witnesses. The 2 witnesses we read about them in Revelation chapter 11. The 2 witnesses. We don't know who are they.
They say Moses and Isaac.
Moses and yes, there are different opinions about that we will come to later on. So that is the 6th batch, and the 7th batch is the Old Testament saints. Now we do not know whether they are the 7th or 6th or 4th or 3rd, but they will come somewhere in between. Some people say that they will be resurrected along with the first New Testament believers during the trumpet call. We do not know. But anyhow, there will be these 7 groups there. Christ, the firstborn, and all the others will be resurrected. And this together we call as what? That is the first resurrection. And Revelation 20, towards the end of that chapter, we read about the great white throne and judgment, things like that. And so, next class we will come to some more details of what are the things taking place in the time of the tribulation period. Okay.
So you said that the lawless person is not been revealed, or will not come until the Holy Spirit is taken out.
It is not the lawless person is not revealed. We do not know whether he is already on the earth now.
Oh, so
Some people say like that. He is already.
His deception will be revealed.
Yeah, it will be revealed. The person will be revealed only when the church is taken up, and slowly he will begin to reveal his character. And by the middle of the tribulation period, 3.5 years, that person will be revealed fully. Who that person will be? He will be standing in the temple. He will go into the temple in the holy place, and he will say that you should worship me. Then it will be completely revealed. So even before that person will come there. We do not know who he is.
So the Holy Spirit is just inhibiting that being.
No, the Holy Spirit is not keeping that person away. The Holy Spirit is keeping the mystery of lawlessness. It does not precisely say the Antichrist. So the mystery of lawlessness is there. But the mystery will take form of a human being. Say, in the Trinity we have God the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. So Satan also has a Trinity. Which is a Trinity. Satan has also a Trinity. Satan is the head. Satan is the head. Just like God the Father, there is Satan. And this Satan will take the form of a man. And he will take the form of a man just like the Son of God came to the earth. This very Satan will be taking the form of a man, a human being. And he will come as a person on the earth. And that person is called Antichrist. And we know the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit is, just like the Holy Spirit, there will be another person in the Satanic Trinity. He called us the false prophet. False prophet, false prophet. So he will be acting just like the Holy Spirit. So he will be talking through the Antichrist. The spirit or the spokesperson behind the Antichrist will be the spirit of Satan itself, and that person is called the false prophet. False prophet. So there is Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet. And all the three will be destroyed at different times. That also we read in Revelation chapter 20 like that. So the mystery, Adharma Murti is Antichrist. Adharma Murti means what? Embodiment. Now Murti means one which has taken flesh. So now it is only a mystery. Adharmam ennu parayunnathu ippo bhoomiil undu. But it is only a character, or as a, it is only a